pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll call the September 12th, 2023 meeting of the Gibson County Council to order. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes from the August 8th regular session and the August 8th budget session? Are there any changes, deletions, additions? Not, we'll approve them as written. We get treasurer and clerk or just treasurer?
I've got both treasurer and clerk.
Okay, we did receive a treasurer's and a clerk's report and department reports. Mary Ann O'Neill, would you like to lead off?
For goodness sake.
I told you to be quick. Were you ready that fast?
Okay, I have a part-time position
Let her go.
in my budget, and it's been maybe a year and a half since I haven't had a part-time person, and it's seasonal. It's normally 5 weeks in spring and 5 weeks in the fall during our busy season. Since we new program, this time, it will be probably 8 weeks in training a new program, and I do have that money in the budget. So I'm just asking for that. Starting October 1st until the day before Thanksgiving. The pay is $12 an hour. Part-time position pay.
Me. Same budget.
Pretty good. Yeah. No complaints.
Thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome to go for it. Any other department reports?
I left you the jail report. For August, we had 85 males and 15 females in lock-up, and we had a daily average of 100. Work release, we had 18 males and 5 females with a daily average of about 23. Wanted to give you guys a staffing update. Right now, we have 2 open deputy spots out of the 19 positions we're supposed to have. We do have merit board interviews on the 19th. We have 3 good candidates that we're gonna be interviewing, so hopefully those get filled up. We have 4. Well, as of this week, we had 4. I think we just hired somebody on Monday for dispatch. So we probably have 3 open dispatch spots out of 9. We do have open applications, and we're actively interviewing people. Chief and I, we've interviewed a couple people this week, and we've been speaking to people about coming to work for us. We have 5 open correction spots out of 21. There are open applications, and we are testing on September the 16th. And finally, we have 1 open facility officer spot in community corrections, and there are open applications for that. Next, we do things. I don't know if you'd say it's great if you got stopped, but on September the 1st, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., the sheriff's office conducted a stoplight enforcement blitz on US 41 from County Road 100 North down to County Road 350 South. During this 4-hour block, during this 4-hour block of time, deputies conducted 22 traffic stops in this 4-mile stretch of roadway. As a result of these traffic stops, 13 citations were written for disregarding a lighted traffic signal. 1 was written for disregarding a stop sign. 1 was written for speeding. That was by me, just proving that a blind squirrel can find an every once in a while. In addition to this, multiple warnings were given. Before everybody gets upset, like, I can't believe you're terrorizing Gibson County. Only 1 person got a ticket from Gibson County. The rest of them were from outside of Gibson County. And that guy got a break from having running just the stop sign, but he also ran the automatic signal too. So we gave him a little bit of a break. The reason we did that is because we're sick and tired of working accidents on 41. Not to stroke his ego, but Chief here has been amazing on County Road 100 West. We've had some really horrific accidents, and he's been out there pretty much every time there directing traffic, setting the bar very high for me. In August, we had 54 property damage accidents, 14 personal injury accidents that involved 110 different vehicles. And we had 1,522 911 calls. About 90% of those, or 1,369, came from cell phones. Of those 1,522 calls we had, 1,500 of them were answered within 10 seconds. I'm pretty proud of my people. Any questions?
You guys got the health department report for me, you guys have any questions on it? I just wanted to remind everybody, COVID is going a little crazy right now, so we do have the home tests at our office. If anybody wants them, they can come pick them up. They're inside, just right in the door on the left-hand side, or call and we can set something at 385-331.
Department reports. David?
Well, the reason the report I was wanting to tell you guys about it, a lot of trouble with passing trucks. A lot of trouble. We have lost at least 8 full-time employees since this June. We haven't been able to replace them. We're down right now 2 full-time paramedics, and that's causing us a real problem. Because of that, what we've been having to do is having to shut a truck down quite often. And we've taken it out of the area that has had the lowest run volume to do this. Needless to say, it's not what I want to do. I was telling someone the other day, if I had a choice, I'd put an ambulance in every community. Of course, we all know that that's not financially possible, but that's what I would do. Well, we're at a point, I don't know where you guys are with the budget, but we are bleeding out to the point that we're not going to be able to sustain this much longer. And we need help. And so I don't know where you guys are with the budget. If this is something that, I need to talk to you guys about, or, I don't know what you guys have done. So, I may be talking to the choir here, or you guys may already have plans in place. I don't know. But I want to let you know where we're at with this.
Gave you everything you asked for plus some.
Let's just back up and kind of give a little bit of history. Back in, it was fall of 21, you started talking with us about this. Around April of 22, we had a series of meetings. You brought St. Vincent Hospital in here from Warwick County as an example of what kind of salaries we could pay. I went and visited them, looked at their whole program. I talked to you about some of the things that they were doing. They rotate ambulance bases. They rotate partners, and you said, oh, no, our folks would never, ever want to do that. But okay, I understand that. We looked at their salaries and how much money they make for their shifts. And we came up with a formula, and we gave raises that would get them to level. Now, for those of you that don't know in the audience, we pay on the union insurance plan $430 per week per employee. So you do the quick math in your head, that works out to be about 24,000, is it?
Yeah, 22,365 a year.
$22,365 a year. The employee contribution on that is very small. I can't recall exactly. Is it none? It's okay.
Union employees pay nothing for their insurance.
Okay, so when we looked at St. Vincent, their family plan, $6,600 a year, roughly $550 a month, and that falls on the employee. That's money that they pay in. No, it's pre-tax money, but it's money they pay in. So we looked at that comparison. What does that look like? What are our benefits like compared to theirs? And obviously our holiday and sick pay were very competitive with theirs, but we just looked at that insurance part, and we came up with giving a 24% raise for paramedics that amounted to approximately $11,600. $11,600. Now to do that, to accomplish that, at the same time, there were two conversations going on. One was, our people need more money. We agree. The second was our people need to be paid for all 24 hours that they're at the station, because previously they got paid for part-time, part of the time that they were allowed to sleep, or were they not on a run, right? So we looked at that, and to accomplish it, we lowered the hourly rate a little bit, but it amounted to, with a base of just their standard overtime that's built into the schedule, amounted to about a 24% raise, 11,600 for medics, $10,700 for AEMTs. So, you know, we did that for you at the time, David. I brought it to you. I gave you the proposal, and my understanding is that you went back to the employees and you told them that we were trying to cut their pay. So a couple weeks later,
It did to a point.
a couple of weeks later, one of your employees came to me. They talked to me. They were fired up. I showed them this proposal and they said, why haven't we heard about this? They didn't even know it was a proposal. So they went from there. My understanding was they took a vote, and there might have been one person that was in disagreement, but everybody else was in agreement that this was a pretty good plan. Okay, now since then, we've given you what you asked for. We've given them what they had asked for at the time, and we continue to see this attrition. We continue to see it. So and you continue to come back to us and say, it's on us, the commissioners, it's on them. What level of responsibility are you willing to accept for the fact that these people are leaving?
If you're kind of changing it, what happened to, I went and told them whenever this all was brought up to us, okay, that their hourly rate went from $19.78 an hour to paramedics down to $18.05. However, I also told each and every one of them that, you know, you're going to be making about $10,000 more per year, but your hourly rate is going to go down. That's the truth. There's no lie to that. Scotty, did I tell you guys that?
What he said is accurate.
Well, I feel whatever you're saying is not true about what I told you. I don't know who told you this, but that's not what happened. Then, as far as this other stuff, you know, when I first brought this to you guys' attention, you know, I'm not wanting to fight here. That's not what I'm wanting, but I want to explain some things. I came to you guys in the spring of, it was like June of 2021, and told you guys about what was happening. I made it real clear that things were changing in EMS. And if we didn't change with it, we was going to have a problem. And I gave you guys a proposal. I gave you, actually stood in here during budget time, had a thing that I did on the screen here, showed you the proposal and what we was trying to do. Now I know you guys were not involved in this, so I know you're kind of catching up. Anyway, I told you guys what was happening and where we was going. At that point, still, we sat and argued in meeting after meeting about this until it was April or May about whether to pay these guys 24 hours or not. Everybody's done this, and that's where it was heading. I was trying to get out ahead of the game. Okay, that's the facts. That's not anything made up. When you guys did come to us, I appreciated what you guys did, and I told you that. I told you that in a meeting. But the problem is, things keep evolving, and right now, whether you know it or not, benefits are changing in a lot of places. Pike County, for example. Pike County paying pretty much the same benefits. They got the same benefits, but they're paying like $22 an hour for the paramedics, $18 something. I think it's $18.30 something an hour for EMTs. We're paying $13.50 for EMTs and $18.05 for paramedics. They're also paying pretty much the same pay. I think it's $30 for a family plan a month for their insurance is what I believe it is. Now, this is what I'm being told. And the problem is, you know, you want to put it like it's on me. I know that there was some efforts made back some time to make some calls and ask people why they left. I don't really want to go into details about that, but I also know the people that told me about this told them that it was over the money issue. Now, I'm not wanting to beat a dead horse here. There's no point in that. There's no point in causing more problems between our department and the council here. But the fact is, in the end, we got people leaving constantly because of pay. And there's nothing I can do to say to them to stop them. I talk to them all the time. And the last few I've had, I've almost begged them to stay. And whenever they're being offered $24, $25 an hour, it's hard for me to do anything about it. And from what they're telling me, the benefits they're getting, from what they're telling me, it's pretty comparable. So that's where I'm at a crossroad. And like I said, I don't know what you guys have done, and I don't mean to be disrespectful. If you guys have done some things to help us, I appreciate it. I don't know where you guys are at right now, so please don't take this as being disrespectful, but I feel like I need to report to you guys what is actually happening. And, I've got a few employees here, and I don't know if they want to say anything as far as.
I'll say something. My wife works at Pike County. She's a basic EMT, making 50 cents more an hour than I am. Pays $26 a week for the same benefits we get. The reason I'm not working for Pike County right now is because I have longevity as far as my vacation pay. That's not it.
What's a basic EMT in Pike County? Hourly?
She's getting $18.55.
And again,
Same schedule? You guys work identical schedules?
No, she works 2 days a week, 24-hour shifts, same kind of thing. And then they have an 8-week rotation where they do full 10 hours. But the fact is, I spent 2 years extra becoming a paramedic, take all the responsibility, and now I got a basic EMT is making more money than I am. Put yourself in the back of an ambulance, trying to keep someone alive with a ventilator, monitor IV pumps and everything else going. We used to do critical care teams. And any paramedic here will vouch for this. For $18 an hour, what kind of jobs are out there for $18 an hour?
McDonald's.
Sorry?
McDonald's pays more.
Anywhere. That was not nearly responsible.
We discussed this.
So the real question is, what's a human life worth to you guys?
So I think Jay Riley's got these numbers ready on basically what we did. Everything you asked for, we gave you plus some. So I mean,
Our basic EMT right now currently is $13.02 an hour. Next year, and the budget is set, we're doing final reading today.
$13.50, Jay.
Right now, what I got is $13.02.
It's 1302 for a new.
Okay.
But great, but.
Okay.
anyway,
Whatever it is now, next year will go up to $16.66 an hour. Plus, we're talking about longevity. That's not all been worked out yet because we're still working with the commissioners on where we don't know where the caps are and everything else. So that's where we're at with basic EMT. Advanced EMT, currently they're at $16.66 an hour. They'll go up to $18.66 an hour. And then with the paramedic right now, they're $18.05. They'll go up to $20.05. So everybody will get a $2 raise or more, plus longevity. And that, like I said, that's not been finalized because we're still working with the commissioners on that. So you asked for a $2 raise with everybody. We've gave a little more to get the basic MT up a little better. And what the $2 raise, it's actually works out to.
so what's a basic EMT gonna make next year? Just working the bare minimum
Yeah,
hours?
a basic MT currently with the schedule, no working extra overtime. They're scheduled in overtime. Next year, their base pay will be $60,642.40. A advanced EMT will be $67,922. A paramedic will be $72,982.
That's just a normal hours, nothing extra.
And I don't,
See, like I said, I didn't know what you guys had done. I had no idea what you guys had done.
And we raised your part-time to whatever a paramedic makes, that's what a part-time paramedic makes without benefits. Whatever an advanced EMT makes, that's what a part-time advanced EMT makes with no benefits. Whatever a basic makes, that's what a basic part-time will make with no benefits. Everything you've asked for plus some we've given you.
Be recognized while my representation said, I'm Scott Britton. I've worked with this service 18 years. I'm 33 years as an EMT paramedic. I'm a United States Army combat veteran. I'm glad to work at a place I'm not getting shot at now, but times are changing out there. We have to put in 40 to 60 hours a year, continuous education. And that's more than what a lot of those nurses at the hospital put in. That's close to what doctors put in each year. Now, Ralph is the only other person on this service that's older than me. I've been eligible for disability for almost the past 2 years. I haven't called in sick for almost 2 years since then. But we're also competing against these other services that are still paying a lot more. We got an aging service. We got another gentleman, just a few years younger than me. And he has suffered a lot of ill effects from health, and he is just real short of going on disability himself. You're going to have to attract young, educated people that are interested in this job because it's a dying service. Nobody wants to work. I understand that. But you're competing for people that can go, like I say, work at McDonald's, get benefits and still get 18 hours and go home and sleep in their own bed that night.
I don't know anybody at McDonald's making $60,000 a year. I mean, you're not comparing.
You're right, Jay. And then, but see, Ralph's wife works, David's wife doesn't, my wife does not work either. And so another service, they might have benefits from health coming in that way and have dual income like that. And that's a big help like that too. But you're right, they're flipping burgers, they're getting paid, they're getting almost getting an earning wage for a living wage.
One thing I do want to explain to you, just so that it's clear. And what you said about the annual rate, I appreciate it. But I also want to clarify too, that this is also with the fact, our guys are working over 800 hours more a year than what most everybody does.
Because of the 24-hour shifts.
Yeah, and that's because of the overtime days.
And that's also been brought up is when we look at doing an 8-hour overtime, 8 hour.
And see, the thing is, Jay, we could do something like that, 8 hour, 12 hour. The problem is for us to be able to do that. And you know, I've had this talk another time. I don't know if you remember this. We had this talk another time. The thing is, we can do things like that, but then you're going to have to increase the pay or the amount of employees. Then you get into insurance and everything like that. So I don't know the best way to handle this. I don't, you know, it seems like if you go this way, you're going to be paying this. If you go this way, you're going to be paying this. I don't know that there's really that much of a difference by the time you pay. What'd you say it was $24,000 a year, something like that?
Well, next year will be 24,128.
By the time you pay that, if you figure that we go to 8 hour shifts and we cut out the overtime, and then that's another thing is if you cut out the overtime, needless to say, if you go down to 40 hours, that amount of money that you're paying them now is going to drop. Instead of making 72,000 for a paramedic, they may be making 50 something. Well, I just was talking to a paramedic that came from Davies County last year. He made over $100,000. First of all, the thing is, I don't expect anything like that out of here. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to get at is we're competing with a lot of, and this is even, you know, this is all across the board. And another thing that we've been dealing with is the rumors that has came out of the council about wanting to privatize the service. These guys are, they are getting beat up.
And reason why that came out is because we're to the point, we have tried everything we can try. We're still get this meeting every month that we're losing people. It's at what point we can't throw any more money at it. Where
Are any of our people leaving and going to counties that are publicly operated?
Yes.
Which counties are they?
Posey County, they went to Posey County.
Wabash is private.
Wabash is private.
Wabash was,
They're private. I talked to their person the other day.
I don't but one time they were.
So based on what we're doing today to make this meeting, what have we not given you at this point? I just told you what we're giving you, that you asked at your budget, that you told me you needed. What are we not doing now?
Okay, let me first of all explain.
Oh, no, answer that question, please, David. What are we not giving you that you came to us in budgets that you wanted? You as the director said, this is what I need to keep my, hold on. You said, I need this to keep my people. Year and a half ago, it was 24-hour shifts. We did that. Right after that, that wasn't good enough. We need more money for part-time. We did that. Now you bring us a budget. We did it plus some. We added 2. What are we not doing that you are asking us to do? I need that answer right now. What are we not doing?
Can I speak now?
Well, I just need to know what it is.
Okay, I'm trying to. The thing is, everything that you just said is true. I'm not saying it's not. What I came up here, what this whole conversation started off was to let you know where we stand. That's what I did. I came up here and I told you, I said, we are losing people, we're having trouble.
And that was how the commissioners meeting went last week? That's how the commissioners meeting went last week?
That
Wasn't all our fault.
That's how part of it started, but.
What have we not given you now? Is that the question?
Let's, if you want to go there, we can, as far as the commissioners meeting.
No, I don't want to go there. I definitely don't want anything to do with that. No, no, you brought it up, David. We're giving you everything you're asking for.
You guys aren't interested in privatization, sir.
It doesn't matter if we are or not. That's a commissioner's decision. No, it doesn't.
What we want is all 4 bases,
We got brought a problem that we couldn't fix, so we started looking at things.
bases, staff.
Well, I guess that's where,
But
yes,
we owe it to the people of Owensville to make sure it's staffed.
Yeah, and what you're.
That's what we're looking
We
at.
tried to find a way to fix the problem. Once we started looking into fixes, then we got yelled at even more. So all we're doing is, okay, David wants 24 hours, got it. David wants more part-time, you got it. David wants $2 an hour raise, you got it.
he literally brought St. Vincent in as an example for us of what to do. We went and talked to them. They're privatized. They are. People are leaving and going to, it's so I
This is a
guess
public comment.
that's not what we're.
What we want, is
Well-
all 4 bases staffed. We're doing
Absolutely.
everything we
Me too.
can to do it, okay?
Absolutely.
But at what point, how much time do we give and then not get it fixed? I don't want anybody dying because we're not staffed.
And I gotta come from Oakland City all the way over to Owensville to those.
We gotta conduct business here.
What I'm telling you is that you're competing against these other services that are paying a lot more money. I'm sorry if it comes down to that, you're gonna start losing more people to them. Privatized or county or governmental or not. Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt. I gotta go. A jury's waiting for me up at the circuit court. The guy with black robe, they judged me. So he called me in about 2 minutes. I asked to be on the agenda because months ago, 6, 8 months ago, I came to the council with a forgivable loan from the redevelopment and county commissioner on an ambulance space being built at a roundabout in Princeton. Proposed site. It was a $2 million forgivable loan. As you know, I did that with other projects from the redevelopment, such as the Fort Branch or South Gibson Teen Center, the Fort Branch Library, the YMCA, and also the ambulance. So it was the same procedure. It came to you months ago, you tabled it. I think we're at the point where I need a decision from the council whether you're going to support that forgivable loan process with the redevelopment and the county commissioners or not. And so the commission, so I can go back to David and the commissioners of what they need to do to fund the project. The council's not going to approve that forgivable. As you know, the money doesn't come from the council coffers. It comes from redevelopment's 5th district. So that's my question. I just need to vote or decision on what to do. I know you've heard about it. You've heard about the project. We've went over it over and over. But I just need a vote. One way or the other, up or down. So I guess I'm bringing it for conclusion. And I understand some trials are wins, sometimes they lose, but I need a decision.
I don't think there's been any will to move forward with that, has there? I mean, that died for lack of a motion originally. I don't know if there's any change, if anybody has any opinion.
a 4 bay, and that scares me. Because I don't want all those bases moved to Princeton. I want them where they're at, and I want them staffed.
That is not gonna happen. That,
Why build a 4 bay?
that, because of the fact we've got that many spare trucks.
Got 4 spare trucks.
We do. We actually have 4 spare, actually not, I'm sorry, not 4. We got 3 spare trucks.
I think we need to look at our personnel first before we build a building. Personnel have to come first.
But one has nothing to do with the other.
Is that a motion?
Yeah.
Is that a motion to deny? We have a motion.
We have a motion to deny the request.
And everything we're hearing at this meeting is personnel, 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 so I can't act on it until we fix the personnel. I second the motion.
Gotta get personnel fixed. I need them all staffed ASAP. We've done everything we can. We busted our butt getting the numbers. Mike's done a great job. His people are fantastic.
They're doing good, but our ground troops are weary.
I
They're
agree,
wearing out.
but you understand where we're coming
Yes,
from.
I
We want them
absolutely do.
staffed.
And Owensville has an excellent facility.
I heard that.
And I would.
Jeff, you can say you can. Rule of order, please. Rule of order.
This is getting out of hand.
Sorry, you got a vote, you got a motion. Can I have a vote, please? Sorry to interrupt. You guys can continue this barrage after I leave, okay? Okay, thank you.
All in favor of denying the forgivable loan request, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Guys, hey, so we talked about this on a different issue 2 meetings ago. 4 or 5 years ago, we drafted a document to establish a county compensation committee, a group where we could have a public meeting that would deal with these sorts of things, where people like David could bring us a proposal. That's why I pushed David on the whole time. Bring a proposal, not a complaint. We need a proposal. We need something that makes sense. Right now, $24,000 a year of insurance that we have to pay, whether they need it or not, whether they're single and 22 or whether they're 55 and ill with all sorts of things. We got to pay that 24,000. Does everybody realize that? We have that built in, baked in. If you guys could go to your union representatives and figure out a way to get some flexibility that these younger guys, younger people could come in, and if they don't want that benefit, they don't want that health insurance benefit, or they want to take a single plan or whatever theirs is, they can make more money. It's there. That's where we are right now. I'm going to talk to Pike County now and figure out how they're doing it. But the whole conversation that we had with Deaconess was born out of David bringing St. Vincent in here, and St. Vincent telling me Deaconess does things a little different way. We talked to them. They gave ideas that could help us out. I think they talked about even just wrapping our ambulances. We don't have to pay for it. They wrap it and they pay us some money. Sounded like a good deal. Sounded like a way to maybe get more money. They asked for run volume. They asked for some information from y'all. I don't know why you haven't been willing to provide that for them. I don't understand that. But those were the questions that they had that we were acting on. So I would like you to be able to digest what we're going to be doing today with the budget that we've been working on for the past 3 months. And then we can have a conversation, but this is not the forum to have this back and forth and
Also, take it to your constituents too. I hate throwing that bill, but they're the ones footing the bill for everything in here today. Knox County pays a tax, a county tax.
And I think we're at that point. The public safety tax is probably something that's gonna have to be addressed.
That's what we look at.
And that's gonna fix jail issues. That's gonna fix EMS. It's somewhere we're gonna have to look at it. We're there.
Everything's gone up in price.
We're there. And that's definitely gonna have to be looked at.
That's what I'm just giving you guys.
Thank you, David. Right here.
Yeah, Pike County, they have a dollar
Public safety tax.
tax on their phones that help pay their.
Well, I think we're at the road where we need to start looking at it.
County does too.
And public safety tax isn't a new thing. It's helped a lot. Vincent's.
I'll reach out to Pike County's director.
Yeah.
I'll reach out to Pike County's.
All right, we got
director.
business to do.
I'll reach out to Pike County's director.
I just wanted to say one other thing real quick. Jeff was saying statements was like indicating like it was me causing the problem, okay? First of all, let me.
This isn't a forum for this. That's not business, David. We need to move on to county business right now. Saving face isn't the time.
I know, I just want to say one thing here. I don't think anybody in this room can say that they remember a time prior to COVID and everything else that you had a problem where you could go to Wendy's or wherever and it'd be closed because there was lack of help. Okay, this has been going on all over the place. For us, you know, when you act like it's my doings, it's not my doings. This EMS has been going to this direction for some time.
I led the question with asking you, what level of personal responsibility do you accept for
I-
where the base is?
Except the fact that I'm the head of it and it's falling apart under my leadership.
Okay,
I accept that. But what I'm saying is too, I'm trying to make sure that you understand what the circumstances are that is going on with this, you know.
And I feel like we have because we've done everything you asked for. Thanks for your time. George, you're up. Old business. Thank you.
Even though I'm under old business. Just give you a little update on what we're doing over at the new jail. You've been by, you'll notice last Friday, they're pouring the footers for the new construction, the new jail pod. The jail pod itself is actually in Evansville. It got delivered yesterday. And it'll be staged there until they're absolutely ready for it to come up here. Then they'll assemble it here at our jail site. Well, things are moving along there. We'll see a lot of activity probably for the next 3 or 4 months on the outside. Plan is to have everything on the roof by the end of December. Then they'll spend the rest of the time finishing out the inside of the building. They'll be bringing jail cells are pre-made. They're all sitting in Georgia right now. And they'll bring them up on a flatbed, stacked 2 on top of each other, and 1 on top. And so, yeah, it's moving right along. If you want to watch it, go to Gibbs County Sheriff.com website. There's a jail construction camera that you can watch 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And like I said, right now, there's a lot of activity going on. It's really picking up. That's exactly what we wanted to do. So, anybody?
Thanks, George.
Tough crowd.
any other old business? Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead.
George gave you the opportunity to make fun of him for being old. You just- Oh, dude.
I think I've reached my limit this year. I do it every year and I think I've maxed my limit for the year. So 2024, we'll start again.
And lady, I sent you guys a couple of proposals here. The first one is a resolution number that has to do with commissary. This is not a new idea. There are many counties in the state that are adopting this very language. I took it pretty much verbatim. I showed Jason whenever I got it here today. This preserves the integrity and the control of the council. There are people who are trying to usurp the power of the sheriff's office and the council. And basically what this resolution does is basically says you have to meet statutory requirements to make purchases. I do. And some of them I would have to come to you guys and ask for permission for. In the case of like line 12, where it talks about expenses regarding special details or investigations. Don't say that we never have those dignitaries come, because we've had Hillary Clinton here, we've had Obama here. Those are things that we had to drop everything, and those things cost money. Investigations like murders, sex crimes, computer crimes. We need to get expert witnesses in, and we need to get testing done on evidence as soon as we can. Sometimes I can't come in to make that request to you guys. We move at the speed of the courts. They don't move at our speed. So I don't want to get left behind. As you guys know, I have to come to you guys twice a year with whatever I spend on commissary. That's the time where you come and you jank my chain and say, where's the big statute? And you'll see that we were always there, consistently there. Expenses hosting training events. That's number 13. I want Gibson County to be the foremost training agency in Southern Indiana. That's my goal. I got a few years to do it. And I want to be able to put on quality training. Again, I'm not going to do anything that's not mentioned in the statute. Line 20 talks about software and database subscriptions to be used by the Gibson County Sheriff's Office or the jail. We're moving to the 21st century. It's not 1990. And I am continually trying to come up with ways to use technology. I put in for an ARPA grant for flock cameras. And basically 2 seconds, those are the cameras that you can put up. And if a car is entered and is stolen, if a person's entered as wanted, and their plates are in there, it'll see that, it'll read that, it'll alert us, and we'll go find them, we'll nab them. Fort County put in a couple of them, they've already got a couple big nabs. Vanderburgh County has them, Princeton's getting them. This is technology that I'm trying to push us forward, so we don't look like some backwoods company. We are professionals here, and all I'm asking is that you guys would make this resolution. It doesn't take any authority from you guys, because I will come to you twice a year and say, here's my list, here's what I bought. Here's how it meets the statutory agreements or requirements, and
This holds you more accountable.
absolutely.
Mike, you go with it? You like it? Jason, you got any issues? I've read it. He sent it to me about a month ago. You all get it? I'll make a motion that we adopt the resolution today.
Resolution 2023-1.
2023-1.
Quick motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion, questions? Anyone? All in favor of adopting motion 2023-1? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 6-0.
You want me to briefly talk about your next one?
You wanna take it?
I'll take it. So Operation Pullover is something this county has done for a very long time. It's federally funded by National Highway Traffic Safety Institute. Everything we work and we spend, we get completely reimbursed 100%. About 8-9 years ago, Princeton Police Department and the Gibbs County Sheriff's Department went together on a traffic safety partnership. I need to sign that. And we work it together as one unit. So, beat the dead horse here. We're having a hard time getting people to work. So the National Traffic Safety Institute has said you are now allowed to pay your officers double time. Princeton, the city of Princeton adopted this last week. He's bringing it to us to adopt it, that when our officers work Operation Pullover only, they are paid at a double time rate. Doesn't affect us, doesn't affect our budget, doesn't affect our numbers at all. It's 100% reimbursed. We just need to, as the fiscal body, accept the letter that he presented us that we will allow him to submit to Mike for payroll at double time rate when the officers work Operation Pullover. That's the nuts and the bolts of it. We get funded at a big dollar figure. There's 4 blitz periods. That's all the money we have. We can't overspend it. So we divide that out equally amongst the 2 agencies, amongst the 4 blitzes, and we pay it. We submit the claims, we get reimbursed, the county gets theirs, the city gets theirs. This is just saying that we're gonna, used to what we adopted, you had to pay them at a time and a half, which is overtime. Now they're saying we're allowed to pay it double. Doesn't change anything for the county. Reimbursement stays the same. Anything to add?
Oh, you did. And it was quicker than I would have.
I know, that's why I took it. I might have already made this presentation once. So with that being said, I'm going to make a motion that we accept his resolution that he's presented us in a letter today to pay Gibbs County Sheriff's Office employees when they work under the federal grant for Operation Pullover at double time rate.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Great presentation.
Best ever, Bruce. Stephanie McKinney.
I don't know what yours is.
You were supposed to have a proposal. It out, did you guys get that?
Last week's when I sent it out.
With additional info or?
It is with all the additional stuff.
With that scan.
For the, asking for the pay difference.
Leave it was in there.
And the money would have to come out of, my suggestion was the disaster contingency fund, since there's plenty in there yet. That's out of series, so.
So has there been an appointment? Are you interim director? Is that what?
Terry's still being on the payroll. We can't really put somebody in there permanently. His time's up
When is that?
in January. I think January 3rd. But But Terry has let so many of our grants go back to the state. She's had to reapply for them and got some of them back. So,
Oh,
saved us a lot of money.
It is.
91.
It's way, way down. Oh, you're on the wrong email.
Okay.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I've seen it, but since Friday, and
I've got it right here if you want to read it.
That's just to go, that's to go to. Harry, it'll be beyond January.
Well, that's questionable. He's using his days and it will take him to January 3rd.
Okay.
Days will take him into January. I think there is a thought that there may be more days. There won't be, but. Just another day.
Okay. He's thinking that since it goes into January, he's entitled to 2024's days or a portion of them or. Never happened in the past, has it? Okay.
Stephanie did have to withdraw from the union, being appointed interim. She cannot be in the union because she's the director, so she has withdrawn from the union.
So you've taken basically the director's role, but haven't got the director's pay? Is that what I'm? Is that right, Kenny?
Asking for the.
Absolutely. I mean, how are we? You're out of the union. And now you're a director.
Until they asked and told me to pay it. Couldn't do it.
But we don't have the budget because Terry's on the books. Okay, this is all making more sense now. I got you. But we found the money. We just need an out of serious transfer. And that's within your realm of okayness,
Yeah,
Christie?
yeah, yes, but I do not have that report to verify the numbers. But if Stephanie has the report and you've seen the amount of them there, is that
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
You should know,
There's 9,900 and. Almost just shy of 10,000 in the disaster contingency fund. And that would be, I
what,
think, the best option to take it out of there.
and what would this difference be? How much?
So she's making 1749 now, and she would go to 1882.
Roughly $1.50 the rest of the year, so.
What's that dollar figure? Do we have it? What we need to move?
Be under 2,000.
Yeah, it's well under 2,000. You completely left the union, taking on the director role.
1,560 max.
And what motion? What, where did you say it needed to come from again?
It's it's the disaster contingency fund is what it is.
Okay, I make a motion to transfer out, serious transfer,
You need that. account.
out the disaster contingency into. I guess it'd be series 1 director, whatever,
So-
wherever it needs, however that would work.
I have a question after we get a second or whatever, because we'll have discussions.
Make a new line.
We have a
call it
motion.
Interim.
Okay, now we have a second.
Who's
Supervisor, I wanna talk before we vote, just to make sure we're good for you. It's an appointed position. They're only tagging you as an interim. When he retires. I don't know what's gonna happen. They decide to go a different direction. Is she still good in her other role, like with the move we're making, like, can you fall back into floodplain? Are you on like
I think we keep her in floodplain and they're gonna add another line for the interim
just to,
supplement.
they're gonna supplement you based on an interim, but she can't be in floodplain because she's left the union.
Well,
She can still be floodplain. She was.
You can be floodplain and not
she
be
was
in the union.
non-union floodplain.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm making sure I'm actually asking to make sure you're safe if this goes the other direction for you. I'm not saying it won't. I mean, they're offering you.
No,
It's
it
something
didn't.
that has to do.
You chose to go into the union for insurance essentially at the time, right? I mean, before we switched and, yeah,
And the commissioners. were
it's not a
required to put
floodplain
somebody-
specific now.
I'm good. Then my question's been answered. My question was trying to protect you, so I just wanted to make sure we didn't make a move that stuck you out on your nose. Now,
Okay. We had a motion and a second to transfer $2,000, should we, to be safe? Or,
that'd be fine, 2,000 or less.
Okay.
I think it's actually 15,600 less, but that's correct.
Does it start from today or does it start from the?
I think it has to start from today, unless you.
The September meeting when it was. It was August, wasn't it?
let's get it done first.
we got a motion and a second.
Did a second.
Motion and a second for $2,000 from disaster contingencies into a new line, for interim supplement. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, now whether or not to make it retroactive to last month's meeting, last month's. Well,
Commissioner meeting.
oh, the commissioner meeting.
Whenever she was appointed interim, I think we should. It's when you left the union.
I'd have to check that, no.
It was that same, it's going to be this second.
Whenever she left the union is when I would say to retroactive to.
Uh,
I'll make a motion that whenever she left the union, we retroactive.
Okay.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Does
Opposed?
that make sense why I said that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks,
thanks, Stephanie. And a load.
Oh, wait, she's got another one.
Oh, no. Oh, forgot about that.
Oh, no.
We do.
Yes.
Please.
We do.
And I'm fine with that. Thing,
Let's wait.
figure it in.
Yeah, more numbers and make sure it's in there, please. Thank you. I have an article that was given to me. I'm gonna talk about it real quick before we get to the rest of it. Commissioner Burns contacted me, referenced some tree removal on Lake Road. This is gonna be a very, very long-term project, starting at the top of the hill all the way out past Camp Carson. Apparently, when it storms, like dodging literally trees, apparently, not even just branches. So he has gotten in contact with multiple tree services and only got one bid. This is basically phase one he's asking for to get done before the snow, before the winter. And then phase 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, they're gonna figure out in 2024 budget. If you want to come up and help me talk about this a little bit. Long term, the commissioners are gonna divide out some line items in the road to take care of tree lines like this. So basically it's 17 feet on each side of the road. Huh? Yeah. Is it 17 feet on each side of the road? Oh, not you. You. I was looking right at you. I want the health department to talk about trees. I got zoned in. I was like, she's like, what am I talking about this man? These trees have COVID, so we're gonna have no. Here we go. 17 feet on each side of the road for our easement. We're gonna basically clean it. This is just the first phase of many, many phases to come. This isn't budgeted for in this, which is why they're here today. I've talked to Mike Watkins. I've talked to Nick. It's a $60,000 bill. They're going to discount it down to $54,000. We have that in a rainy day to help jumpstart the project to get the first phase done before the winter. And then in 2024, they're going to pick up and
We'll
start
start doing it for each district.
in their own budgets differently. So basically what the request is today is to allow phase one of this, starts at 50 North and ends at 1676 East Lake Road.
Which is right at Spore Drive.
I don't know, that's not very far, but there's a boatload of trees. I don't have a problem with it. Mike was good with rainy day. So
What tree service is it?
This is Whitledge Tree Service. He contacted multiples and this is the only one that would give him an estimate.
Where are they from?
Whitledge is in Princeton. I think they have a Patoka address, but. So it's a local tree service.
Why was this started, like due to people?
I guess,
That road were.
correct.
Scott Turpin called me at home. And wanted me to go out and look at that along Lake Road there by Camp Carson, because he said he was the one just about got hit by that tree that did come. down.
Correct.
He said, there's a bunch of dead ones, so there needs to be something done.
So this is a long-term project that they're trying to get jump started. Basically, we're starting at the front of it and just gonna start working your way
All
through.
dead trees?
It's all dead and clearing out, I guess. Apparently when I don't drive through there, the sheriff may be able to, when you storming,
Damn, it's worse. That heavy tree thing on the road, that's it.
umbrellaing them. I don't think they're necessarily, I mean, I'm sure they're gonna remove dead trees. But are also like umbrellaing them and cleaning them up to where the dead limbs are gone, the overhang in the road is gone. It keeps obstruction going. I mean, Sheriff, can you
He
talk?
talks about there, to sit with these trees whenever they cross the.
Yeah.
You can go to Camp Carson right now, there is a tree bigger than this diameter on the side of the road, less than the road. It needs to happen.
And again, this is a small portion of what long-term will come out, but this is to
Are they gonna
jumpstart.
be going on a lot of different areas then in the county as well, or just?
That's gonna be up to each commissioner in each district.
Districts.
And you're gonna open that up to other?
Anybody, like when they, like Nick Burns and them, Kenny even said he went to this one. It's Nick's district, but
Wherever like if Kenny has roads that needs done next year, they'll take.
they're gonna work on that and put it, it's no different than road paving issues.
Highway can do on their own. they-
Right, right.
This like this would be,
It's a big job.
be big.
And are they going to like award this to the company now, or are they gonna keep each time open the bid up?
I think we'll have to open the bids every single time, and he did this time as well. He only got one return, so that's the only one we have to go off of. And I forget, he told me the other two companies he asked and they didn't. He did his 3 requests and he only got one back.
I've got one in my area on 550 east, 250 south. Half the tree come down. The other half is leaning toward a grain bin. And I went to the surveyor's office and it's on county right. So we're gonna have Whitledge or.
And all he's talking about is county right away here. That's it. It's county right away. We're not taking private trees or anything like that.
Right. It's just on county right away. Cause I was hoping it would be off.
How far is the county right away off the center of the road? You said
I
7?
think he's got,
Every road's different.
this area that we're in is 17 feet on both sides of the road. And I'm fresh on that because he told me.
Road's different right away.
So you're wanting to pay that out of
Rainy day.
rainy day this year and then going forward, it's.
They're gonna figure it out in their own budget. This is to kickstart this project for the winter.
That'd save on a lot of electric outages.
That's hopefully the goal, correct? And basically like, yeah, we'll have to advertise. So I'll make a motion to advertise $54,000 out of rainy day fund for this Whitledge Tree Service bill.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion, questions, comments?
Julie, you want to say anything?
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
He goes, me? I'm like, oh, no, it is.
6-0.
Judy, not
That
Julie.
historically, that's what we've used rainy day for, is one-off projects like that that need to get done quickly, and we will advertise that and vote on it the next meeting. Now we have some transfers, load of them. We have the sheriff requests to transfer from captain and part-time in the amount of $3,000. Requests a transfer from communications officer to part-time in the amount of $5,000. Requests sergeant to part-time for $10,000 out of the sheriff's budget. We want to lump those 3 together.
Yeah.
We like anything to part-time.
Make a motion.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
A second.
Motion and a second. All in favor to approve the transfers for the sheriff, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, 6-0. Then we have 2 general jail requests from Dennis, 1,000 into 12,303 overtime. Reminds me of my favorite Alan Harmon story. Alan one time Tony Wolf asked him, do we have a dental plan? And he said, yeah, we got a plan. If it hurts, we pull it. So we can't argue with that. That can't, sounds pretty cost effective. General jail requests, from corrections officer into overtime in the amount of 40,000. So we can put those two together if you guys don't mind. We have a motion to approve. Is there a second? Second, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, out of series transfers, general election requested a transfer of $1,000 from office supplies into travel. And then, the that's an out of series. Okay. EMS requested a transfer for, $3,000 from ambulance repairs to tires. Community Corrections Fund grant requested 21,000 from 346 from facility officer into equipment leasing and 12,000 from overtime into utilities. We can blanket those out of series unless somebody sees a reason to separate one off.
Why are they leasing, Bruce? Do you know?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
They're moving 21,346 from facility officer into equipment leasing.
Copy machine or what they do?
Well, we do have a copy machine that we release all of our copy machines, so she may be doing that.
Basically, what he's saying is he's got people that handles that.
You wanna wait on that one and get an answer, or you?
That's community corrections, Rachel's, or who is that? Yeah, she guaranteed it's 100% accurate, so I'll motion on it.
We have a motion. Is there a second to approve the out of series transfers?
Yeah.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
I'm just advertising, so.
We're just
We're not
advertising.
spending, we're just advertising.
All right, and then we have requests to advertise. The coroner is asking for $30,000 in other services and charges for additional autopsy costs. He's currently running at a deficit of $12,000. The commissioners are asking for an additional of $80,000 for care of patients and inmates invoicing remaining for 2023. Landfill is asking for an additional $10,454 for other services and charges for contract services invoicing remaining for 2023. And then the EMS, you said, is covered. We have medical care for inmates. They're requesting an additional for supplies and 400, other services and charges for 1,500, for a total of $1,900. And then what's going on? Is this one too? I'm gonna break them off right there.
Where's this coming out of?
These are additionals. Those
Just out of
additionals will
general?
be advertised out of general. Yeah.
Total of $142,454.
We sectioned EMS off of that, so we can talk about that. So it's $120,454.
I'll make a motion to advertise 120,454.
Is there a second?
I'll second, but
That would be
whoever's,
dismissed.
whoever's in,
Home detention equipment.
Oh.
whoever's over each of those funds, give a better explanation of what
Well,
some of them are for, like the contracting that landfill leads.
I can tell you that.
I figured you could.
Is some of the 2022 invoices were just found. I guess it wasn't going to where it needed to go with the emails. So we had to pay some of the 2022 yet in this budget, and that's what was left over in 2022. Because we're just now getting the invoices.
Barrett's here. I'm
And
sure
then the
there's
care
just
of
an uptick
patients.
in- Nothing you can do about it.
Care of patients and inmates is,
People quit dying, it's just not good. Have people quit dying, it's not good.
juvenile. We just get a number on that, right? They tell us what we're gonna pay.
And that we're already, I mean, I don't even know if that's gonna be.
And this is just advertising. If you wanted,
Mhm.
I mean, we got our explanations before we spend it now, but
That's,
all right.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Yeah, Jay second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor to advertise these, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? EMS was in there, they had 22,000 in supplies. They could request an out of series transfer, there's no need to do, an additional there, because there's money left over in that budget from those positions that have been vacant, so. And then, did we cover this one or not? This one has to be separate.
No, that one's second.
Okay, and then, but that one is
We're doing that one separate.
medical care for inmates, had a request for $400 for supplies. $1,500 for other service and charges for a total of $1,900.
The cash on hand looks a little funky there.
$557, okay,
About 1,400 has already been spent. And then you have the extra 5 to cover. So
okay,
that's constantly getting a lot.
little bit.
We just have to appropriate it out of it.
Yeah.
I got you. I'll make a motion to make the appropriation. Advertise.
Second.
Second. Discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then, the final one, Sheriff, nope. Sheriff Law Enforcement Training Fund, other services and charges, in the amount of $1,200.
Again, the fund's fine, we have to make the appropriation.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make the advertisement motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there a discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Everybody, aye, all 5, 6, okay. Then this back page, general fund. Other services and charges in the amount of $500. LIT Correctional Rehab Facility Fund, $656,650. Clerk's Records Perpetuation Fund, other services and charges, $22,780. And then Jill on Construction 22 Fund, 8,060. 30,000 other services and charges, 27,709. Other services and charges, 98,715. Out of opioid restricted, opioid unrestricted is $7,552. And then they're also requesting a deappropriation out of the general fund, other services and charges for 500 deappropriated.
This is already.
And that's
been
basically to compensate, yeah. Those
All
are the
these have
ones
been
we're
advertised.
voting on.
We advertised them last month. I'll make a motion to appropriate.
We have a motion. Is there a second? We have a motion and a second. Any questions, comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 6-0.
Appropriation almost.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
It's
Okay.
Which one's for the, which,
This is the resolution for.
the opioid restricted. That was right. That was it, right?
Um,
Unrestricted.
Unrestricted.
There was an 8,000 we.
It would
Okay.
wound up to be 7.
No, there's an 8,000 that was approved at the last commissioner's meeting. For the well and Gibson. Yeah.
We did not get that paperwork in for that.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Got
That would be this one.
Nothing to adjourn.
No, we need this signed before y'all run off.
Okay.
We ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, motion to adjourn the regular meeting. Now we got budget here.